Hey folks, welcome to the Beachside CEO. We are having breakfast today at Maple Street and having a blast. Glad to see everybody joining. Hey, this is a special week, and I think we all need to focus on that. 9/11 is just a couple days away, and it was a pivotal point, a changing point in U.S. history. It was a time that I believe the majority of the country was united. It was one of those times where we realized for the first time how susceptible we are to a terrorist attack, stuff like that. So I think we just need to remember those that gave their lives, those that lost their lives as we go into this week. Celebrate those that are around you. Celebrate those that went through that period of time. That was a time when both sad and positive, because it did bring us together. So this is that week. That's something that we will be commemorating all week long. I believe we can never forget the lives that were lost, the lives of first responders, the victims, all of that. And since that time, this country's gone through hell at different times, from political rhetoric to military people that we have lost overseas. I still don't know where the end is. I believe that evil exists and that we have to fight that. That's something that we have to do, but we have to do it both internally and externally. And that's not why we're here, but it's important to me as a patriot. It's something that I am passionate about. I just want to make sure that the people across the globe, no matter what country it is, realize that the lifestyle that we all love, the freedoms that we all love in every country, can just like that be disrupted. And we need to always be focused, always be diligent and vigilant on what we're doing. Hey, today I want to look at a couple of things. Something that I've learned, something that I've been studying, is that as I've gone about in the last, I'd say 18 months, we have really went out and watched every professional sales trainer there is. I mean, I'm not going to name all the names because I'll either offend somebody or leave somebody out. But something that I don't see taught. It's something that we teach at a corporate level. It's something that we teach in the sales teams. We teach it to the independent professionals that we work with, is how to ask the right questions. And most of the time, most of the time people start their questions off with a verb. They don't really understand how to work into that persuasion. How can you ask the right questions to gain the right information? So many times we are taught by professional trainers that what we're to do is to lead the prospect, lead them to what we want the conclusion to be. That might have worked in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s. It is not working today. It's something that if you're still using antiquated sales techniques, if you're still using some type of an antiquated training system, and let me say this is important. When you see somebody out there on the internet all of a sudden offering you a $7 course, I caution you on spending that kind of money. I caution you on spending $15,000 actually, unless you've done the due diligence to find out, is this trainer a cutting edge trainer? Are they truly moving forward? Are they living the success that they talk about? In most cases, what you find is you'll find someone who is very good at their career. Could have been in insurance, could have been in real estate, could have been in pharmaceuticals, whatever the case is. And they created a system that worked for them and worked for their team, and now they've gone out and they're using that. The days of sales training, sales coaches, where they literally are writing this down and living it, is a thing of the past. There are a handful of people out there that I've noticed that literally are still focused on becoming better themselves. And I'm a firm believer as a coach, you don't have to be playing in the field. I don't know any manager or coach of an athletic team that's still playing in the field. Most CEOs are not playing in the field. What they're doing is they've graduated to that level where they are growing themselves. They're going out and they're finding people that literally, that's their goal. That's what they want to do. So as I've started studying this, I've started writing down some notes, and I took some notes, and I hope you guys find this usable today. And I know it's a Monday morning. I know everybody's wanting to get back to work, but this is important. Okay, number one, don't lead off your question with a verb. Okay, is a verb. Can, will, do. Okay, when you focus in on those, you get questions that really don't have the right answer. Is this something that we can do? Probably not. When you focus on that, you get an ambiguous, it's open-ended, it isn't going to work, it won't work at all. Can you do this? That's a great question, but where does it lead? You don't come to a conclusion when you do that. You want to lead with questions where you're going to get a yes, a no, or a maybe. You're not going to get some dissertation. You're not going to get more questions flipping through the mind. That is not where it's at. That's not what you want to do. You really want to focus in on, and this is something. What I'm going to talk about is something my wife has taught me. And as you guys know, she's a professional author. She's written, I think a book a year for 25 years. She's taken some time off the last couple of years, but she'd be the first to tell you that when we got married, I was nowhere focused on anything that had to do with English, had to do with spelling, had to do with a complete sentence. So she's taught me, and I've applied that both in my writing, in my professional, and now what we're teaching others to be able to crank out. You need to start with interrogatives in your sentence. And if you're just tuning in, you may be saying, okay, this isn't usually what Troy's coaching, talking about. This isn't where we're rolling. But it is today, because it's something that over the last 18 months, I've seen more and more people come to us and say, look, we're not making it. Our business is failing. We don't know how to get customers to come through the front doors. We don't know how to get customers to buy off of our websites, whatever the case is. And it's because you're not using the right questions. You're not leading off. An interrogative is who, what, when, where, why, how, which. These are how you want to lead off your questions. This is how you want to lead off your ad copy on your website. This is how you want to lead off that powerful question that it may be on your direct sales piece. Matter of fact, Ivy Johnson out of Atlanta is one of the most proficient car sales advertisers out there. I mean, big dealers across the nation call him and his team in, and what they focus in is how to draw the customer to a live event that's going to happen on the weekend. Some of you guys may have been at one of these and never realized that it was Ivy Johnson's crew doing this, because he plays behind the scene. It's all about who the hero is, and in his case, the hero is always car dealers. Okay, it's that dealership, it's that group of dealers that he's dealing with. So when you look at that, you realize that behind the scenes, there are people that understand this, and they're not the ones that you usually see out coaching it. They're actually applying it. They're actually doing it. So what's the difference? How can you see the difference in this? And I want to share, just think about this again for a second. Not a verb, an interrogative. That's how you want to start off. A verb, let me rephrase it. Is, can, will, do are verbs. Interrogatives are who, what, when, where, why, how, which. So look at this. Here's a great example of this as you look this forward. Is this the biggest issue we face? Well, yes, no, maybe, I don't know. See, you're going to get all kinds of answers. Change that a little bit. What is the biggest issue we face? Now what you're doing is you're focusing in on the actual issue at hand. Not a yes, no, maybe. This is okay. Now we're making our brain start to spin a little bit. We're starting to really dig into this. We're starting to work this thing through. That's the difference. Here's another one. Is this proposal tight enough for you? Yes, no, maybe. It doesn't trigger the prospect's brain to even think on this. However, if you flip that, how can I tighten up this proposal for you? Now what you're doing is you're getting that prospect to ask you questions. You're starting to dig into this a little bit. Here's another one that I love. This is great. Can we work? Can we work on the deliverable dates? Now think about this for a minute. When we could flip this to say, when do you want to join? When do you want to sign up? When do you want to sign the contract? It doesn't matter. What you have to do is you have to dig that in and make that tighter. When can we work on delivering the products? See, now you're starting to make that prospect think again. Okay, well, is it this month? Is it next month? Is it this pay period? Is it this fiscal year? You're honing this down. You're honing this in the way that it's supposed to be, and that's the key on this. Here's another one. Do you think we should bring Mary in to help? Now, how many times, if you guys are in real estate, if you're in insurance, you're training your teams, you could be in direct sales for that matter, but you're training your organization. You have all these prospects that have come in, they've filled out, maybe they've given you their CV or their resume, they filled out an application, and now you're sitting with your team. Should we bring her in? Should we do this? How about this? Let me pull my notes up. Where does Mary fit in? See, one of the things that hits direct sales all the time is they think that you just recruit everybody and put them up on the wall. And it doesn't work that way. You need to be applying these same principles throughout. Okay, it's not about just grabbing everybody. The time where you pretended it was a bowl of spaghetti, throw it against the wall, whoever sticks you work with, that's gone. That's not it. That means that you don't understand your prospect. That means you're inward focused towards you. It's not going to work that way whatsoever. You have to be able to really dig into this and understand. If you want to succeed, if you want customers walking through that door, they need to see advertising that's on the walls. They need to see the marketing on the walls that are asking them the right question. You know, when you come into Maple Leaf every day, they ask this question. And every month it's different. Doesn't matter which it is. But this month is, what was your first job? Okay, that's a very specific question. You're not gonna say, I don't know. You're gonna buzz. The brain's gonna work. If you're creative, you're gonna come up with some crazy answers. You're not even gonna give them the real answer because you just want to hear crazy stuff thrown out across the restaurant. This is the key. This is why you've got to use interrogatives when you're actually making these deals. Here's another one that is there anything else you need? Yes, no, maybe. You're never going to dig into what the actual prospect is looking for. However, if you change that, what else do you need? How else can I serve you? When you work on this, when you focus on this, when you learn these little bitty things, this is what can flip your business upside down. You know, and like I said, this is just, we do the morning shows, it's just a little tidbit of this, but this is what you've got to focus on because it doesn't matter what we do in life. The questions that we're asking, sometimes to ourselves. Let's flip this for a minute. Think about this. When you're asking yourself questions, you're driving down the road, you're chilling, you're doing your stuff, and you're wondering, is this the right business for me? Can I really do this? Will I succeed? Those are pretty dumb questions when you think about it. But if you change that a little bit to where you're asking yourself this, how can I do better? Who can I talk to today? Where's the best place to get my prospects? When should I put up my Facebook Live? See how that changes a little bit? It starts to work, it starts to focus. If you want to build your business, if you want to build a team, internal or external, the only way that you're going to be able to do that is to build yourself first. It's to dig into yourself first. Not trying to step on a lot of people's toes, but you either have to do it right or don't do it at all. If you're going to call yourselves a coach, you're going to call yourself a trainer, don't be out there just trying to take people's money. Don't be out there coaching on antiquated crap that's there. Go out there and be learning yourself. Go out there and be studying. You know, one of the things that I'm seeing right now is a lot of trainers getting into the direct sales space. They've never been in direct sales in their lives. They just want to come and tap into the database that's here because you've got so many, what, 36 million people in America alone, or no, 16 in America, 36, I think, million worldwide that play in this game. If you're in sales, be growing yourself, dig in. I would suggest, we do this quite a bit, I would suggest that you go get coaching and training from people not even in your industry whatsoever. You want to go get fresh ideas. You don't want to go to somebody that says, hey, I've been leading network marketing companies for 35 years. That's cool, and you're going to learn a lot of stuff from that. But how about the guy like I just talked about, an Ivy Johnson, who's been leading the advertising inside the auto dealerships? That's phenomenal. What about those people that are doing the insurance? Insurance is another big one, okay? That's another one that you got to dig into, because the coaching and the training and the stuff that you're going to learn is going to be totally different than what you might learn elsewhere. So dig into that, think about that, grow that, okay? Hey, that's all for today, guys. You know how it is. We do 3 of these a week here at Maple Street. They are our #1 sponsor. They've been awesome. If you guys don't have a Maple Street up north, which you don't, they're all in the south, you need to cruise down here and check this out, because this is a company that walks their walk. They live by their corporate ethics and their personal ethics. They shut down on Sundays so that their team can actually celebrate and relax. They're only open from 7 to 2, but they are so community focused. I mean, the community team leader here does so much inside the community. The team that she has put together is phenomenal. And look, if you're on the Emerald Coast anywhere and you're looking for an extra part-time side gig or something, she's always looking for part-time help. You guys can come in here, crank it out, figure it out, see what's going on, because it is great. Hey guys, listen, stay humble, stay strong, and you've been listening to the voice of Main Street America.